Hey, so it is time to write your claim. You have completed your research. You have reviewed either 6 or 9 documents. You have a rough idea of what you're going to argue, what qualities make Suleiman magnificent or not. You've got all that together. Your notes are complete. Let's write a claim. Hell yes. So, okay, if you followed the instructions correctly, as you were coming into this video, it said to go ahead and open up, well, 2 windows. It's easiest when you do it side by side, but not necessary if you need to juggle. So, one of those windows should be your notes file, right, along with your essay file. So let's go ahead and just click right into our notes. Fantastic. Here they all are. Hooray! Oh, you don't love my feedback. Go away. All right, so check it out. You should have, I'll just go ahead and zoom out a little bit so you can see this very easily. You have your facts about the map. You have the 3 sentences you wrote. So you've got a rough idea of what the hell you're arguing. You've got the paintings by Matraxi, same, 3 sentences for each. You've got 3 good ideas for that letter from the ambassador, 3 good ideas about the law, 3 good ideas about each painting from Vienna. You have 3 good ideas about that letter from the ambassador's wife, and boop. Right now, you should have an empty box here. Well, go ahead and write thesis in that box. See, because I'm going to use the word thesis and claim and, well, you know, as synonyms, because they are. Cool. Now that you've got the word down, fantastic. Let's go ahead and move on over here. So, this is the State University of New York system on how to write a college-level thesis. And I figure if it's good enough for community college, it's definitely good enough for us. And luckily, it is. So, this resource is designed to help you begin drafting a thesis statement for your essay. Thesis statement is sometimes called a claim or main idea of an essay. Fantastic, all over it. After you see me do this, go ahead and run yourself through it. 2, what is a thesis? It's a specific claim or main idea in your essay that argues what you want to argue. It is going to tell me what you believe to be true about Suleiman. Magnificent? Not. Why? Right? It's usually a sentence or 2 long, and it's usually stated somewhere in your introduction. In this essay, it will absolutely be part of your introduction. Your essay isn't long enough to have it be another place. Yeah, cool. A strong thesis statement needs to tell the audience 3 things. The specific reason in support of the idea, or the main idea of your essay, the specific reasons you support it, and the order you'll be discussing those reasons in. Bing, bang, bong. Cool. On it. So, what type of thesis statement do you need? I'm going to go ahead and just tell you it's persuasive. This essay, persuasive, right? Fantastic. Compare and contrast, you'll do later this year. Research, later. Right now, though, persuasion. So, click persuasion. See, this generator basically does all the same things that you would normally do anyway. And here's the bag. It works really well to get your thoughts in order. However, they sometimes come out as gobbledygook. Whatever, I'll show you. So, what is the topic you want to write about? Oh, check it out. It's Suleiman the First. Oh man, have I typed this before? Maybe. All right. What is your main opinion on the topic? Suleiman deserves the title of magnificent. Is exactly what I believe. All right. What's the strongest reason that I have supporting my opinion? Ooh. Well, I know how to know that. So, in the beginning part of this lesson, like for the thesis, you went through all of your research on this side, and you decided what you had the most, well, what you had the most evidence for. Did you say Suleiman was magnificent because he was wealthy? You would have highlighted all of the instances of him being wealthy, or a good statesman, or a poor statesman, or like an excellent ruler who cared for his people, or tremendously cruel. Whatever you have the most evidence for, that's what you're going to argue. And hopefully all of your evidence coincides with the argument you're trying to make, right? So let's see. I'm going to argue that he is magnificent. Well, let's see. What is my strongest Reason? Suleiman was called the lawgiver, dude. He wrote great laws for his people. He tried to, like, pull corruption out. Dope. It's another strong reason. He was an excellent military commander. He was also fabulously wealthy. You take the reasons from your notes, drop them into the box. Ta-da! Fantastic. What's the main argument against you? All the sultans were like that. Literally. All of them. Right? They were all fabulously wealthy. They wrote a bunch of laws. And they killed a bunch of people. That's what sultans do. Right? Or at least the other medieval sultans. There were some others later. Whatever. Possible titles for my persuasive essay? Those are just colors. So, yeah. You guys don't actually need a title. Just want to let you know. Suleiman. Oh, that is a joke that won't run anymore. Suleiman was rad. Good enough. Cool. All right. So, this thing comes with a big old disclaimer. It might just spit out nonsense. If you copy and paste it directly, you will likely fail. Don't do that. Make sure that you read what it says and make it better. And if you're not sure you can do that, don't use the generator. Just generate your own thesis. All right, let's hit submit. Fantastic. Hey, what? Ah, cool. Here we all are. I will move me. Let's see. So it comes out and it gives me a bunch of different thesis statements. One, just the basic, yeah? Suleiman deserves the title of magnificent. Now then, I like sharp, punchy theses. Not gonna lie, they make me happy inside, especially when they're super bold. Like, whenever any society invents agriculture, human sacrifice is not far behind. Right? Bold. But maybe you're thinking, like, you want a thesis statement with reasons. Now, a thesis statement with reasons is usually what we prefer too. Yeah, just because it helps us outline the scope of your paper. Suleiman deserves the title of magnificent because his laws were there for the people. He was an excellent military commander, and he was fabulously, fabulously wealthy. Phenomenal. 3. What about a thesis statement with cause and effect? All right, generate me up. Since his laws were for the people, he was an excellent military commander, and he was fabulously wealthy. Suleiman deserves the title of magnificent. Grand. Keep going. Okay, cool. Thesis statement with concessions and reasons. Although some might argue that all the sultans were like that, the reason Suleiman deserves the title of magnificent is because his laws were for the people. He was an excellent military commander, and he was fabulously wealthy. That doesn't make as much sense. Mostly because it's weirdly long and kind of strange, right? So, this is how you use the thesis generator from SUNY. Make sure as you go through it, if you decide to use it, that the reasons that you choose, you actually have evidence for, that your notes back them up, because this is only step 1. And that step 2, as you grab it up, right, whichever one you like, I like this one myself, you make sure to not only just paste it here, but also it will paste it in white. Boop. And I'm gonna go ahead and just make that, like, you know, human size for reading. But also give it a read. Does it actually make sense? Are the capital letters in the right places? Yeah. So, once you got that together, and in particular, if you follow along and already knew what you were going to argue, you've got a thesis in 10 minutes or less, my dude. Winning. Laters.